family? What's good, y'all? Deadass No Podcast back in the building, episode 153. We got Nisa in the building, Jane in the building, Kel's in the building. What's good?
What's goody? Kelly is almost a married man, so we're excited. We can't wait. I just went to his wife's bridal shower, so that was lit. Got to meet the fam bam, so I had a good past weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, y'all was super litty out there.
Everything we had a lot of fun.
Pretty smooth, I must say. I'm surprised you should have came over for the after party, man.
Well, I didn't have time. Like, I went to a bar afterwards because it was like the older women and everything all at the baby shower or at the bridal shower. And then we went to a bar after, but I had stuff I had to do. So I had to go back to Orlando.
Went to the bar.
Yeah, I went to a bar.
After party?
Huh?
There was an after party for everybody?
Thought you was working, bro.
I didn't know there was that. I didn't get invited to the after party either, and I went to the bridal shower. Yeah, so it's okay. It's okay. Don't feel bad. But I went to I went to a J. Cole concert Saturday night. So that's why I had to go back home. When I tell y'all, I want to two-piece this motherfucker so bad. It literally, yeah. Okay, so this is how it went. The concert started at 7 or 8 o'clock. That's when the doors open, right? I would say 7:30, roughly 8 o'clock, because that's what's typical. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be there at 8:30, still get in my seat, still get food, everything, and then be chilling. Bro, we got there at almost 9:30. They were being bitches about our bags, like fuck the Amway Center, because they were saying your bag had to be a small clutch size, but they didn't announce that when during ticket sales. They announced it when everyone got to the venue. So I seen a row of girls going walking fast back to their cars and people complaining. So I'm like, what? And a girl was like, oh, hey, so you're not gonna be able to take your purse in. Let me tell you something. Amway is downtown. We already had walked 4 blocks in heels to get to Amway from the parking space. I was not turning back around. So that I carried my purse like it was a clutch, because it was small enough where you could hold it like a clutch, but also big enough like it has its own little strap. So I bring it in. The first person doesn't say shit to me, lets me rock. The second person literally makes me put my purse on a measuring board. So I'm like, okay, it took us 30 minutes just to get the security. Yeah, at the airport. And I was like, why don't you just go through my bag and you see I don't have any weapons on me or any alcohol or anything, just go in my bag. And they're like, oh no, it needs to be this size. When I tell you my purse was a half an inch on the long ways and the side and the top, whatever height and width, only half an inch on both sides, too big. And this lady really told me to go back to my car. And I was like, no. You could pinch the bag and it's empty on those half inches. So technically, the amount of stuff that's in it is big enough to what you guys allow. And she was like, what? And I was like, just pinch it. And she said, okay, whatever. And let me go. Thank God. My homegirl is crazy. My homegirl had a smaller bag than I did. And it was a barely too big. And she got into an argument with the security guard because they weren't trying to let her through. So what I did was I tried to play fucking Captain Save-A-Ho. And I literally was like, my bag's bigger than hers. And she just let me in. So I was risking getting kicked out because I was like, nah, whatever. So he starts arguing with me. So when I start arguing, I'm going to start getting mean. So I don't stop. So I was like, yo, you have one more thing to say to me. And he was like, you know what? Whatever. Y'all good. Okay. So we had to argue our way in. We get in. It's 9:30 or whatever. By the time we get to the bar and stuff. Okay, cool. Nobody's there. 21's supposed to be opening up for him. Nobody's there at all. And usually the concerts end at 11. So you would think by 9:30, 10 o'clock, the first person's going to be on already. Or at least they're going to have some type of preempt. When I tell you all the lights were on in the stadium part, the music was low as fuck. And all they were doing was setting up the stage. Till 10.
At 9 o'clock? That's crazy.
Yes. 10:45, 21 Savage finally came on. There was no other performers except 21 and J. Cole. And the stage to me was very minimum for 21. For J. Cole, his stage was nice, but honestly, it shouldn't have took as much time as it did. I don't know if it's their production workers or what, but no one performed until 10:45 at night. The concert is supposed to end by 11. So I'm like, okay, 21 performed. He did a great job. Okay, cool. It took almost an hour for J. Cole to come back out. That's how long the stage setup took. And all he had was
anything beforehand that they had to, like another event that they had to take all that shit out and bring the J. Cole shit on. You know what I mean?
I doubt it. What do you mean? Like another event J. Cole did somewhere else?
No, like another event. Amway, there are other events that happen.
Right, but the stage was empty before they moved the 21 Savage stuff onto the stage.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe they had to break down the other situation. They had it bare and they had to rebuild the shit for 21 and J. Cole. That's just what I'm wondering. Because that's the only thing that'll make sense to me in my head.
It just took way too long, and it was like to a point. Let me tell you something. The concert ended at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeesh. Yeah.
We were there like all night, and some people were there from like 7:30, just waiting from outside. And I'm like, it's just inconsiderate. I mean, it's not his fault completely. Obviously, you can't control what production does and your timing and stuff, but it could have just been handled a little bit better, in my opinion. And I am just placing blame because he's the head of the show, but they could have did a better job as far as production goes with Amway. Because I've seen more. Bad Bunny has done a bigger turnaround with his stage, and his stage are like exquisite. So I was just disappointed as far as that goes. But like as far as what his setup was, it was nice. It was very much J. Cole, like simple, but it got to the point. The stage setup was a basketball court, like half a basketball court with the hoop, and then the rim of the basketball court and like the hoop and the backboard did like flames. It was like pyro.
Yeah, peep that. Yeah.
Songs. So it was lit, and like they did. They hung up. What do you call it? And we can upload this on the Instagram, you guys too, so you can see what I'm talking about visually. But it was like a drape or whatever that said the off season, and then they yanked the drape down as J. Cole started performing.
That's dope. Yeah, I just went to Twitter and I put in J. Cole Amway, and everybody's just like violating.
Yeah, because people are waiting for hours.
Like, wasted money. That's crazy.
Because imagine, okay, if you're there from 7:30, 8 o'clock, by the time 1 o'clock hits and all that, you've probably ate twice.
Damn. Spend a lot of money.
It's kind of hard, bro. Like concerts are so iffy, but like whenever they do festivals, everything's coordinated much better because they got to roll out these artists one after another. Trying to set up after that stuff is just way too much. And you trying to coordinate with Amway Center's own workers and everything too. It always becomes like a snowball effect. One person's late with doing one thing and then the other person, and it just falls all the way back to the staff of like 21 Savage and J. Cole. But hopefully, they delivered enough to at least give the crowd what they wanted, essentially, even though y'all left at like 1:30 in the morning.
I think a lot of people got what they wanted, especially like the really true J. Cole fans. Like I'm a Cole fan, but I wasn't that, like I'm not a J. Cole fan like half the people in that bitch. Like there was people rapping his every lyric from shit that like he first dropped to shit that he like kind of low key released, like shit that's more underground that you have to be like a true fan to really know. So it was a vibe though. He definitely was like feeding off of lyrics versus anything else. He had to play classics because half the people there came for the classics, including myself. But he definitely played a lot of shit that I didn't expect, and he just wanted to drop bars the whole time.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask too. Like, how did the off-season album itself, like, how did it translate to a live performance in an arena? Was it like, or was it like banging? You said people were singing along and shit, but you could definitely tell the difference between an album that is meant to be heard like through headphones or like in the stadium. So did it translate well? To
me, no. I don't think it was a tour type of album. I mean, if it was, if it's meant to be, it should be a little bit more intimate, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. It just, don't think
not an arena.
Yeah, not an arena. I think the arena was way too large and people didn't know the album well enough to really be there. I think a lot of people go off the strength of Power Trip, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like they're not.
Was it packed out too?
Yeah, it was packed. I mean, the only row that I seen that was probably like scattered was, kind of like, okay, if you're in the center, it's left and right.
Yeah.
It was the right side. The right side back, like top 2 row sections were empty, but everything else was pretty full. Like it was a decent crowd. It was a lot of people. But I definitely don't think that the album translated for tour an arena performance. But I think he would do fire in like a large scale club, not like club, but a venue that could double as a club, but it's that type of space. Like how Beecham fits. Yeah, Beecham fits 1,300. That's still a large crowd size, but it's set up for both things. You could either do a performance there, you could do a club night there. But I think for this album, something like that is a little better because not a lot of people are big on lyricists, especially like to have a whole tour for that. Usually when you go to concerts for toured albums, a lot of it's like dance music or, it's a little more like upbeat and sing along, if that makes sense.
Well, that's why you just got to know what audience and what artist you're going to see. Because even though we could say that, in your opinion, it didn't translate, he still packed the fucking place out and these people were singing their asses off. So at the end of the day, they got what they needed. You feel me? But like, I'm thinking about J. Cole at the Beecham, Jay. And you already know, bro, if the whole Amway was packed out, niggas would have been
it would be like 3 times around.
Packed. Like, J. Cole.
They would have been sweating.
I just think the crowd size for like Beecham would be the amount of people that actually knew all the lyrics from everybody that was at Amway, if that gives you a good
that makes sense.
Comparison. But like Power Trip and everything else that he played, people were, screaming to it because that's what everyone knows.
That's one of his most nostalgic songs.
I saw that he did the Back to the Topic freestyle. I don't know if he did that in Miami or in Orlando or both.
I think he did it in both because he definitely did it in Orlando. He did like a handful.
That shit right there. That's the Cole. I got put on Cole on the warm up, so that was the mixtape before Friday Night Lights, before that shit. So, not knowing what the set list was or whatever the case is, that was one I wanted to go to. There's a whole bunch of concerts that I wanted to go to last week. This dude named Jameson was out here in Orlando. I wasn't able to go and shit, but damn, I'm kind of tight that I missed it. But
it was a good experience. I think just like when he finally got on stage, and honestly, 21 Savage did a good job, even though like it started off late, getting the crowd like lit. People were up and dancing during his set, so it was a good like preempt to get into that. Okay, we're about to vibe type of music, if that makes sense. Because J. Cole will go like back and forth between like his lit shit to his vibe shit. So
but that's what got me tight. No, go Jay.
Oh no, I'm just piggybacking off of what she said. He just knows how to read the crowd and knows what to use. Like he'll get out all that hype shit, get everyone going up and down. You know what I'm saying? Everyone throwing their hands, and then he just knows how to break into like getting real serious with some lyrical shit because the crowd just somehow just flows right into it with him. Like, yo, this nigga speaking some real shit right in front of me, type shit. So he's always been a craftsman when it comes to that.
He did like 3 or 4 encore songs too. So I think that was like payback for fans that were waiting so long, is that he extended his set.
That's good. But the shit that gets me tight is why are you going to bring out Drake, Future, and all that in Miami and not in Orlando? They could have stayed and go, 3.5.
They could have did all that, it would have been worth it for us to be there till almost 2 in the fucking morning.
Just think
on a Saturday. Like
look at the diaspora of Miami versus Orlando. Think about it.
No, of course. Like we get it.
Orlando's growing, and we get why why they're in Miami, because after that they can do a lot of shit in Miami that they can still flex and be low key, but they're out there and they're having more fun. But I think Orlando is definitely becoming a stomping ground for artists and celebrities. Like you see nowadays, there's a lot more like athletes, artists, celebrities that are chilling out here randomly.
Yes,
like Fear has had a lot of artists in there, like a lot. And I actually was talking to one of the like partners of it, and he was saying that most of them are coming for free because they got a new DJ. Well, they have an old DJ who's now a new DJ again from New York that came back. Yeah, Pro Styles. So Pro Styles is like bringing people back into the venue and everything. And they're doing like the newer artists that are kind of getting put on, like Nardo Wick and all that. They're doing this shit for free. They're just coming to show love to like a DJ that they've come across, and they're just doing the shit for free. But they also get to come and party and all that and get shown love in a city that maybe they wouldn't have thought to come to regularly.
Yeah,
like
it's a trade-off.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if Capella Gray probably did the same shit. Capella Gray was out.
Yeah, he was free too. He came, I guess, just to show love or whatever. And I'm like, they ate off of him coming for free. Like throwing him, like what?
It was like a Tuesday
night, and that shit was packed out. So, and to me, I mean, Nardo Wick and Capella Gray have only one song I know from each of them. So I was like, okay, y'all it's still early for you to come in. So, but even those type of artists charge you what? It's like $20K for them to do a walkthrough typically.
Yeah, those are heavy records though from both of them.
Yeah. Summer hits.
Exactly. I think I forgot who it was. Somebody brought Nardo Wick out on tour like last week or the week before, and that shit was banging. And then Lil Durk apparently has a remix coming out. I don't know if y'all heard them snippers. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's about to be. He's about to be out. He about to be out here.
Yo, I want a tape from Lil Durk, just remixes of like fire ass songs.
Listen, I would like for him to do a mixtape like that, like throwback.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Just flame these different beats that are out here that we know that he can.
Exactly.
And you know, he's been doing good at giving us full albums, you know what I mean? Like full 20-track albums. It'd be cool to hear him, you know, like you said, the Nardo Wick joint, you know what I mean? Whatever
like
else
what it is,
like
right Sorry now. For the Wait? Or no, not Sorry for the Wait. What was the mixtape Wayne did that he did a remix for like he just took everyone's beat and did remixes.
He did that.
He did a series of mixtapes.
He did the Drought. He did No Ceilings was the same way.
No Ceilings. That's what I mean. So similar to No Ceilings, if we seen Dirk do some shit like that would be fire.
OD.
Yeah, you're gonna call that bitch no competition.
Ooh.
Right.
Nah, if he wants to start some controversy, you feel me? But he's the type to do it. I'll give him that.
I think people understand in the game right now it's his time.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Hit him, Lil Baby. You feel me?
He's been on for a while though. People don't realize that Dirk's been he's always been floating around. So now it's his time to really shine. So he's becoming that superstar that people didn't really realize he could have been.
And that's the crazy thing to me, because no, go Jay, go first.
No, go ahead. Sounds way better.
He said sounds way better.
All he said was one word.
Like we spoke about this on the pod before, but I was thinking the other day about how much like I mess with Dirk, and I'm like, damn, the first time I heard Dirk was like 2011, 2012, almost 10 years ago. Well, really 10 years ago. And now, you know, he's been on fire for the past, like 2 years and change, I would say, like just back to back.
Like 2019.
And through the pandemic, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was one of the main boosters when he dropped, I forget which album. He dropped 2 albums during the pandemic, but the first one, that got a lot of people through the shit, and there was some real shit on there, and it just shot him on a rocket out of here. And he's one that when he came out here, I feel like that shit should have been packed out way more, because he came out here to the amphitheater and he body bagged that shit. He did what he had to do, but you know, COVID and everything, I understand it, but people should have still came out super crazy. It was an okay turnout, but the Baby
I didn't even know about
people.
It.
Yeah, the Baby had more people at his, but I fuck with Dirk way more. I'm like, nah, Dirk is the realest. Like you gotta pack the house for Dirk. You feel me?
Yeah.
Who do you think is more versatile as a rapper? Just like not even a comparison, but just in general for rappers that are really on top right now, because obviously Baby's there too. Who do you think is more versatile as, like able to jump on different beats, change up their flow?
Well, I mean, granted, you would have to put it as a comparison, because that's kind of like a broad question. I mean, granted, if you were going to put Lil Baby against Dirk got it all day, to be honest with you. That boy has so many different flows. Like, can you hear Lil Baby doing exactly how Dirk does his drill music, then switches off to like actually rapping and all that other, those different kind of cadences?
No, I think Baby's comfortable in his lane. That's really my main point of why I asked y'all that, to see if that was where your opinion was. I think he sounds amazing on every project he jumps on, and he understands the assignment, but he definitely stays in his lane when it comes to his sound.
That's a hard one. I like that. Yeah, I want to lean more towards Dirk, because he gets more melodic on his. Even though Baby, what I appreciate the most about Baby is that he, like, whatever track he's on, whatever beat it is, like the flow, the cadence is always going to be so crazy, and he switches them up every time. So that's what I appreciate. But I feel like Dirk, man, there's something about Dirk, the way he delivers his lines, the shit that he be talking. Even somebody, I would say he's on top of the game as well, one of the top ones, and he hasn't even been dropping that much.
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch, you know what I mean? Roddy.
Oh yeah, Roddy.
It don't matter what the fuck
crazy.
it is. He's going to get off, number one, but he's also gonna give you those hooks and those fucking melodies that you can sing along to. So that's a hard one. But now that you mention it, it makes me feel good because out of those three that we mentioned, and we're missing, a couple more because we're just going off the top of the head, but. Like the rap game is in a good spot right now, mainstream. You know what I mean? Like I feel good about the brothers that are holding it down on top right now. Like the new school, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby's trying to come back hard. He's trying.
I ain't even all them freestyles that he's been dropping. I swear, the baby's been killing it, bro. He's like they try to cancel the nigga. He's still making mad figures. I was just like, bro, this man is slapping right now.
I only see a lot of like teasers. I haven't really sat down and listened to anything new if he's dropped it, but I've seen like the teasers he put out of his freestyles over shit. But I personally don't like. I kind of weaned off of Baby, and not because the whole cancel thing. I don't care about none of that. Y'all know my opinion on it. I think he was perfectly in. I think it was, unnecessary, but I don't think there was anything wrong with it because that's just where they come from. I understand what it is, like what the opinion was, but I definitely think I started paying attention to like the type of music that he was putting out, and it sounded a lot the same. So I just kind of was like,
It took you that long to realize?
It took me a really long time. Honestly, it took till we sat down like 3 episodes and really.
She froze up. But yo, that's what one of the main. I wonder if she can still hear us. But one of the main like memes and jokes about Baby was all this shit basically sounds the same with Jetson and shit, and all like the drum patterns were the same boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
Yes, bro.
It's all the same shit.
It took me like a little minute.
There we go.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna bounce back to it, but it took me just us sitting here talking about it to really make me realize, because I listen to so much music from different artists that I don't like. I don't stick to one artist for the week, but when I kept trying to hear new shit and I'm hearing the same thing, then I'm just like, I don't even try to check back to see what you're dropping unless I randomly see like a snippet.
Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
I kind of weaned off of the Baby from that. But if he's making a comeback,
we were talking.
I support it.
Well, I told you he's trying. He had that joint with Lil Wayne. Wayne is another one. He's been flaming everything. I'm proud of him.
Wayne has definitely been flaming shit. He basically telling people, "I'm the fucking OG. Don't ever fucking forget it."
I think it was just his birthday, either yesterday or today too. So happy birthday,
it's
Wayne!
Day after mine, I believe.
He's either 39 or he's 40. He one of those. He's been in the game since he was like.
Nah, he definitely 40.
So,
Probably 40.
he birthed. I was gonna say the majority of like the flows you hear, the artists that we see, the Drakes and Nicki Minaj's and all that, like he's the one that did it all before the age of 40. So big shout out to him. But I wanted to talk because you said that you listen to Baby, it's all the same shit. So you're like, I'm not really feeling it. And then off the mic, we were talking about Baby Keem last week. We were gonna talk about the album this week. You said you gave it a listen. There's some different stuff on there, but you're not feeling it, right? Nicer.
I just didn't. What you call me? You trying to be funny? Because I'm insulting. I literally, let me tell y'all. Kelly goes, "Oh, Baby Keem dropped. That shit so fire, whatever." So I downloaded it right away because every time y'all give me music suggestions, I respect your opinion. So I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna just download it. I'll listen to it later. I listened to that shit. It's not for me. It just wasn't for me. I don't know what I was expecting. I'm not like, I hadn't really heard Baby Keem except for like what is it? Orange? Was it Orange?
Orange Soda.
Yeah, Orange Soda. So like I didn't really know what to expect. So I was just like going in it. However, it was giving me like Playboy Cardi meets another child. I don't know, like another teenager. It was very much like, I don't know, but I do like the song with Kendrick. And
which one?
Range, whatever, range something.
You're not a Rover.
Top of the morning.
It's over.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning.
Yeah, and I only like Kendrick's verse, his little part. So yeah, nah, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. It was too much.
What'd you think, Jay? And Jay, his phone died.
There we go.
Sure.
Did it die for real?
I'm still here.
Oh,
okay, no, because that's what he's like. Yo, this should be draining my battery and shit. So.
Put that baby on the charger.
No, but the thing, I think it's a proper project for him. I just don't have it in a full rotation for my everyday thing. You feel me? Like, it's just I was never really big on him to give like a justified opinion based off of his past projects, because from what I remember hearing, like, oh, Kendrick's cousin's in the game, never knowing who the fuck it was, or never doing my due diligence and trying to find out who he is and try to see his diaspora music. So when I heard this, I mean, I still got to give it some more time for me to give y'all a really good like breakdown of what I think about the songs. But there's I'm trying to find the song that I really
that shocks me because he's a Playboy fan, so I automatically was like, it obviously didn't sound like Playboy, but it did in some aspect.
It reminded you of.
So the song that I seem to replay a lot is Scapegoats. There's something
Scapegoats is dope.
Scapegoats to me was just like, that's the song in the album. And I find myself, if anything, that's the one I'm just gonna replay because I just love it's just, yeah, I love the melody in it. I just love the message. If it's trying to shoot a message, I don't know, I'm not too certain, but it's just like, I really do fuck with that one. I mean, not to say, the ones with Kendrick features weren't fire enough or whatever other features. Like I said, I gotta go back. But I just gotta be sensitive with him being overshadowed by Kendrick and not trying to use Kendrick as a means to give you guys like the full report on Baby King. You feel me?
Yeah, that shit was the perfect like marketing scheme. Dropping the song with Kendrick, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, we got 2 on there, so tune in." You heard the first time we heard Kendrick in fucking years is on his, his Cuzzo's project and shit.
That's love.
OD, and you can definitely tell like how much fun they're having in both those joints. The Rover Brothers and Family Ties. Family Ties was crazy, bro. That's probably one of my like when it comes to like heavy joints on the year. Like that's definitely on the list for me. I think I like Range Bros even more though when it comes to both of those. Because there's like 3 different beat switches on there. Both the motherfuckers are rapping their asses off and the flows is crazy. The overall scheme of the album, I fuck with it. There's a couple songs on there. Like I sent y'all the Don Toliver joint. I love that one. He has a joint called
which I was shocked I didn't really like.
He has a joint called Issues that he performed on Jimmy Fallon, I think it was. That's something that you wouldn't expect to hear from him if you don't know who he is or you're just judging him off of the Family Ties or the Range Rover shits, which is with Kendrick, you know what I mean? And then I said in the group chat before he even got Rosalie on there doing background vocals on one of the songs. I forget which one, but it's very different. It's sonics that you don't hear today in the rap game.
Yeah,
and he's doing different cadences, different voices. You could definitely tell him and Kendrick are one and the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kendrick definitely passed the totem to him.
It's experimental. Like you could tell he was just having fun with it and just getting out the box. And for your first project, and marketing behind it, he's like on the fucking colorful docking shit, and they doing their thing. I thought it was super dope. And I'm excited to see what else they got on the what's it called? Oh yeah, the Travis Scott joint, the Do-Rag Activity. I thought that shit was gonna be like one of the
that
ones.
That was another song.
Yeah, but like you said, you don't really hear nothing. Like I don't think they pushing it too heavy. I'm not sure what his I'm pretty sure his label situation. I think he's on Kendrick shit, the PG Lane situation. So I don't know what they're doing mainstream and all that, but
just like honestly, they're putting a lot of it on like snippets. Whatever you call it, like all the sites that you can do snippets, like Triller. I've seen a lot of Triller videos with a lot of Baby Keem stuff. And also TikTok is like full of that Top of the Morning, the Range Bros. Like literally.
I saw somebody put in like SpongeBob. You seen that shit?
Yeah. So they're taking it the mainstream route too, like to exactly what his age range is going to be on, which is going to be TikTok, Triller.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
all of that stuff that anyone drops now is just going to end up being a TikTok song. They just got to find the right part of the song to keep.
Honestly,
like,
not everything. It just depends. Like, I think the sound that he went for it fits for that. But I don't think you're gonna hear like you don't hear Dirt dropping on TikTok.
They were like, what are they doing on this? They didn't really understand it once the snippet came out of Kendrick literally just saying top of the morning 7 times in a row. And they're like, oh, what the fuck is going on? But when the full song comes out and it's like, like I said, they just enjoying their time, having fun, like being themselves. It just makes sense in the grand scheme of things. So, I'm glad you had that outlook on it, though, Lisa. What?
Oh, the opposite outlook?
Yeah, because I wanted to hear exactly what y'all, what y'all felt. Because nobody's really talking about it. I don't think anybody that I know at least. So like, yo, the Baby Keem joint, like when it dropped, I listened to it. It's just like one of those.
Yeah, I think
joints. If you know type shit.
Yeah, it's one of those things I can piggyback off of. I only had one conversation about it with one person who was like, "Hey, you listen to Baby Keem?" And that was the only time I've ever heard anyone ever bring that up. So. It's good, everyone deserves their flowers, they got to work hard, especially when it's somebody's first project. We definitely just got to at least give a listen and be a critic later down the line. I'm not going to say this album's going to age, you know what I'm saying? Like be one of those like age super well, like you're still going to be playing it. Cause granted right now I'm not playing it.
He said this should not even aging well right now.
He said I didn't even finish listening to it and shit.
So he only heard 3 songs. That's
it's so funny
usual.
though. You did bring up an artist that is also dropping, and then you just released a kind of like a mini video catering to his new album drop, and that's Don Toliver. I've been waiting on some Don Toliver.
This is gonna be hard.
It's gonna be stupid.
What's your opinion? I've been meaning to ask you guys too, because a lot of female friends I know has sent it to me because I'm usually the one that's up on music out of like my friends. So with you guys, I'm like, I like that I get to get put on music. But I had a shit ton of girls that I know send me the song, and I'm like, I already seen it, like a little snippet on TikTok. I thought it was straight. I liked it, and I like Don Toliver. But what is your opinion on the drop? With Cole.
It's my guy, man.
I sound hella biased. That's my melodic brother. You feel me? That's the homie. That's the Cactus Jack official brother. Feel me? Like that guy. I was actually supposed to go out to Miami with a couple of my guys to go to his concert, and apparently he's gonna drop before the concert. So I missed an opportunity to go and see him and hear the new music. So like. I know.
It was like a listening?
I wouldn't call it a listening. Like he's actually doing a tour, but ain't nobody say anything about new music. You know what I'm saying? And then Don Toliver, he just, there's proper marketing for him because now people are like more excited, more amped up to try and hear like some new, like a new Cactus Jack officiate just like about to drop some shit for you. You feel me? And that shit to me is just about to be like crazy. And I've just been listening to so much unreleased shit from him for the past. Like I've been on Don Toliver all this week, just listening to all the things that could have dropped. And I'll send it in chat and I'll send it out. But oh my god,
this man been keeping secrets.
You have those certain songs you keep in a bag just for yourself because it makes you feel super good.
I don't.
You gotta be selfish sometimes.
I would never do that. Do you remember when I sent y'all the Donda link? And this, I didn't send you guys it.
Like I said, I did say I'm gonna send it in chat though. I'm a man of my word.
I think you did. I did. I almost lied. I sent my other guy group, like my homeboys, the link, but they gave me y'all energy when I be trying to put y'all on shit, and then y'all are already on to shit, and y'all be like, I already seen it or whatever. So my homeboy was like, we got that 2 days ago. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I like just trying to spread the love.
When I like to spread the wealth, and when I see something new, I try to put y'all motherfuckers on. You gotta give the same energy.
Like I said, I'm gonna put the SoundCloud link. If you don't got SoundCloud, I can't help you.
I got SoundCloud, so don't play me like that. The only thing I don't have because I'm not rich like Kelly is Spotify and Tidal.
Apple Music is
yeah. So I got SoundCloud, Apple Music, and I can look all the other shit up. So no worries.
Yeah, don't listen. Dawn, especially being on one of my favorite songs on Donda with Moon. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Once
love
again,
Moon.
like just going back to like Baby Keem doing good marketing, having Kendrick on there. This dude dropping his album literally like 2 months after he's on one of the biggest albums of the year, and it's like I said, it's arguably one of my favorite songs on there with Cudi. Heaven or Hell, the joint he dropped during pandemic. That joint has so much heat on it. Cardigan still gets all the plays each and every day. I listen to that song at least once. Like
Heaven and Hell was what, a mixtape or an album? It's an album, right?
I don't know what he considers it.
It was short though.
It's a full length album though. It's like a full project. It's like 12 songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't think he considers it like an album.
Like that's why I said, would it be considered a mixtape?
Yeah, I would.
Something. It's too long for an EP, and it's a little bit longer than a normal mixtape. But I don't think it's like quite enough to be like, oh, this is a big album drop.
But you know how people do. It's like, yo, I have this. They call it a project. Yeah, my new project's out right now. It may not be the album because they don't want it to, fit into like the order that they want their works of art to be in. So they don't officially call it an album. I haven't heard him call it an album. I can easily see if it is, but he's dropping this joint next week, I believe. Yeah, the 8th. That's next week. Has a whole bunch of promo behind it already. I already see everything going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, so videos and shit already.
Next week. Fucking Meek's been going crazy. Meek drops this week. I'm really looking forward to that shit. Some motivation music. That shit.
Yeah, I love me some Meek Mill. So
yeah, I feel like he's in a. I feel like he's in a really good zone right now, and I feel like the music's gonna be. How do I say this? Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get the hard Meek, you know what I mean, hard street shit, but we're also gonna get some creative shit as well, from what I'm understanding. So I'm looking forward to that. Don Toliver, as we said, Westside Gun dropped the side B to his shit. Yo, bro, he has side A and side B. There's like 20 plus songs. It's just a whole bunch of hard rap. Yeah, East Side is like mad songs. That joint was super dope, super hard. Try to think of, Youngboy.
Oh yeah, Youngboy. You wanted to touch on that. Okay, so okay, so you already know my opinion on it already. If you can already guess, I'm a Youngboy fan, so I just be waiting for y'all to hop on it.
Got that energy, bro.
Kelly dropped in my car one time, and he was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you listen to him like this." I don't listen to him like that all the time. I just listen to him when I need to. But he dropped some fire shit. 4 songs
in a row. I was like, damn.
He was like, "All right, let's switch it up."
Yo, my white Air Forces were turning black. I was like, this is getting too far. We've come too far.
He does give Black Force energy for sure. I just think, okay, to me, like my opinion on Youngboy is you can't help. Yes, he's aggressive and he lives the life he does. Cool, whatever. He gives Black Air Force energy half the time, but I think he's smart. He's a smart kid. Like, he's dumb because he still be in the street shit, but he's smart because he does what he needs to do, and he makes sure that he's honestly gotten better and better with the years. And he's always made sure he's top relevant, even if it's him being in some controversial drama. He's always being talked about in some type of way, like all the time. And even though he's been like in and out of jail, he's been dealing with that. I don't feel like, okay, so, and I hate that I have to use the comparison or even bring up the situation because I do love me some Kodak. But Kodak, prime example of, how you could fuck up on certain things, bounce back, fuck up again, bounce back. But sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't. I feel like this last time that Kodak fucked up, people really were like, come on now. And then he came out and people were like, okay, you seem like you're on drugs. It's giving weirdo vibes. Now some people are starting to understand what it is. It's not, that he's weird. I think his life is starting to affect him in other ways. And he's starting to realize, like, I have all this money and all this shit, and there's people not doing shit for me, but I don't know. It's his behavior that's throwing me off.
Nah, he's a clone. You know that.
Yeah. Like, he's literally, like, melted the real him inside of an outer shell, and he just kind of, like, closed off to everybody of what he's really capable of. I feel like he's shadowing himself, if that makes sense. Like, he's going to be his own. He's going to throw himself. He's gonna be the reason why he fails, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be his own downfall.
But the same shit is with Youngboy, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the same shit is with Youngboy, except Youngboy is still reaching where he's supposed to be melodically, and if not, even better. Because there wasn't too much from Kodak that we heard as far as music goes when he was locked up. And now Youngboy dropped his new shit, added on shit while he's independent. Actually, what's the song? Almost something, I want to say. That's what it's called. That's one of the bonus tracks, and I really liked it. It gave a very much like what's old boy Silver Surfer?
Max B.
Yeah, Max B. You know how like his shit sounded when he was like throwing remixes from jail? Like that
it has the sound quality
flow.
You know what I mean?
It has the same sound quality, and it hit just like, I feel like Max B's addition to people's pieces was the same way I felt like Youngboy was to himself on his album. It was needed.
What did you think about what do you think about Youngboy, Jay? I don't think I ever got your opinion on him.
Well, I'll tell you this. I wasn't really a big
fan.
It's not really a shocker, you know what I'm saying? Because I gravitate towards a lot of different things. I mean, I got into him a little bit, but I could tell the kind of energy that came with it. Yeah, it was hard. I mean, I'll throw him on and not even know, like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling the type of way about to get into a situation, I can understand how that energy that he gives off in his music really does cater to that mood for real, like. But I'm not gonna sit here and try and cap. I mean, I don't really listen to Buddy like that, so I can't even give you a proper introduction. I mean, granted, from all the memes and shit that I see, is like, yo, NBA's for an angry nigga. And I'm not an angry nigga no more, you know what I'm saying?
All his music isn't angry though. Like, you don't listen to him.
Exactly. I don't. That's why I said that, because I'm like, I don't want to sit here and try and sound like I've listened to this man's whole diaspora music, but I have watched him evolve. I mean, there is some songs that I did like, but unfortunately, I didn't go in a route to try to find them out and download them for myself. But you know, I'm gonna do my part and listen to everything that he's dropped, or certain things that are prominent moments in his life.
Just listen to this album, trust me.
Yeah, just listen to it and you'll see his range, because he definitely like, he's not just aggressive on it. He drops some like, I guess, close to heartfelt type of thing. Yeah. So
because when Kelly had said in chat that he was hitting some melodies, then you know that caught me, because I'm like, you know, it's breaking the connotation I already got of him. You know what I'm saying? It's
he's been had range, but this album shows it off. Like this album really lets you see it.
I've always had respect for Youngboy. It's all like the antics on the outside and made me like, like it is what it is. But every time he drops something, man, like we all know the hold he has on the youth. You feel me? Like he's been one of the top stream people. Period. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you're a vlogger, if you're a Drake or whatever. He's been the #1 stream dude on YouTube specifically for like years. You feel me?
That's true.
And just the fact that, you know, he gets locked up, the album comes out, critical acclaim from like everybody that listens to him, and then that opens it up to everybody else. Like, all right, let me see what's going on with this album, which I was in that group as well, because I'm like, okay, Youngboy dropped, I want to hear what he's saying, but hearing everybody else talk about it around it made me want to listen to it further. You feel me? So as I tune in, and that's exactly what it is. Like he drops the melodies on it, but he's talking a lot of real shit. I get a lot of what Raw Wave is doing. I was gonna say try to do, but what he's doing, but it's more of, you know, Youngboy's perspective, which is, it's less emotional, but it's more like
straightforward,
aggressive, straightforward. Yeah, like it's a lot of real stuff, and he's switching melodies midway. There's one melody you'll hear here, and you won't hear it again for the rest of the song. It's a lot of like technical stuff in there that you probably wouldn't expect from a Youngboy if you were on the outside looking in. You feel me? So, like on it is a joint called I Can't Take It Back, and that shit, I think it may be the one I sent you. I don't remember, but that shit, bro.
Super hard. Say no more, man. I'm about to tune in. I got
time. Give it a listen. Don't knock it till you try it.
And it's funny. Go on YouTube too, because mad people got like reactions to it, and that just adds to
the whole thing.
Like the album, because like you see people just losing their fucking mind listening to it. It's like when a Kanye drops or whatever. Not comparing him to Kanye, but you know, everybody does their reactions on YouTube when it first comes out and they lose their mind. And the Youngboy fan base does that same shit. And it, like I said, it adds to the experience to see them react like that. It's like, oh, this is dope. I'll fuck with this shit. And like Nisa said, having the presence of mind to record a joint from jail, drop that shit, put it on the album after the fact, after it was released. I think it was genius. You know, he's on a big label. He's on Atlantic, so they're gonna make sure that his shit gets, you know what I mean, the right promotion and all that. So I highly recommend people who may be on the fence or whatever about Youngboy and may feel a certain way to listen to this shit. Like I fuck with it. Sincerely,
I think give it a chance for sure. But I feel like it's a good time for music. Like We've been listening to new shit, more new shit's dropping. So exactly what I feel like we predicted this time frame in the year is what it is. Because remember, we were like, when are we going to really start to hear music? There was a drought for a little while for good music. And now we're back to good concerts, some good performances, some good listenings, and a lot of good albums and singles being dropped. And let alone not just singles, but remixes, freestyle, shit like that. Artists are really showing where they can go. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
for sure. Absolutely. I'm excited because it's about to be movie season too. It's about to be that time for movies to drop. I'm a movie person. It's about to be Halloween, Christmas, all that. So you learn. You guys know me now. But I'm big on movies, so I definitely think the cinematic bust is gonna happen pretty soon. Like in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna see a lot of new good films coming out. So you know.
Yeah, I gotta
just want me to give you a little
I would love
through.
to. I want to go back to the theater. I missed that whole experience. So even with like the Marvel movies, usually I'll be watching the Marvel movies, still haven't fucking.
DC is dropping. DC is dropping a lot of shit. Marvel's gonna drop a lot of shit. What else there? Is Universal now? Is it Universal took over Marvel? One of them, or is it DC?
No, I think it was Disney has Marvel, yeah. Disney has Marvel.
Okay, so Disney's dropping new shit. Marvel's dropping the Avengers. There's 2 different versions of new movies with the Avengers coming out. DC is about to drop some shit. There's shows BMF just dropped. So shout out to 50.
I haven't seen that shit.
I seen episode 1. It's gonna be a good series. They just ended out. I think they just ended out Power Book 3. I'm pretty sure the last episode was the finale, but that shit's definitely gonna make a season 2. 50 was doing a great job with that, but I definitely think it's gonna be a big cinematic end of the year as far as movies go, shows go. It's a lot of good entertainment all around when it comes to just any type of production, whether it's cinema or music. Is definitely gonna be a good end to the year. So I'm excited. I'm happy. 2022 is going in very well.
Don't jinx it. We're not gonna talk about that yet.
Wait, all right. We won't jinx it. But 2021 is going pretty smooth for right now. Minus all of the healthcare workers that were let go. So I'm praying for those families. I'm praying for Gabby Petito's family just to heal from that. I'm praying for all of the families of the young women that have been kidnapped lately. There's been a really high range of women of color getting kidnapped. So I definitely want to say
lately. Now women. People just want to talk about it.
Noticing it. Yeah, but it's just been every day is something. But yeah, it is obviously women of color are the most attacked. So we need to protect our queens out there. You guys, ladies, get you some weapons that you can keep in your keys. Men, if you see anything weird, look out for the ladies. You know, you never know. That could be your mom, sister, cousin, aunt, anything. So let's protect each other. And I'm also praying for, is it Maya Marcando?
It's either Maya or Mia. I've seen both.
I think it's Mia. I think it's Mia because I heard it. Mia Marcando, I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, but I know it's Mia. She's actually from Orlando. She was abducted from an apartment building I used to live in. And it's a lot of creepy shit going on with that. So you guys pray for her. Yeah, pray for her family. The strength for everybody looking for her and even herself to come back home safe because it's not looking good. But you know what? Yeah, we have high hopes.
The dude who they suspected off themselves. So that's never
good.
It's never a good start. But yeah, we're gonna keep positive spirits, man. That was a perfect way to end the episode. You know what I mean? Everybody just love each other, do your best you can to help your neighbors, you feel me? So we're gonna holler at y'all next week with episode 154. A lot of new shit dropping this weekend, like we said. So we're gonna do all that. Don Toliver will not be out, unfortunately, by the time we record, but Meek gonna drop, and we're gonna talk a whole bunch of other shit next week. So we're gonna holler at y'all. You heard?